Hi everyone, I am Abdulhab Sahid. I'm a software developer. Today there's a question I want us to solve together, and the question is about two sum. That is, we are given two numbers, then we add them together to get a particular target. That is, we have set of numbers, then we are given a target. So we are asked to add two numbers in the set of number to get that particular target. That's what two sum means. Now they say given an array of integers, nums, and an integer target. Return indices of the two numbers such that they add up together. They add up to target. Sorry. You may assume that each input would have exactly one solution, and you may not use the same element twice. Okay. Now let's go to the example, because we have to read the question and understand the question very well. This is the major thing first. Then the example one, nums is this 2, 7, 11, 15. This is an array. You are given an array which contains four elements. It contains elements of type integer. So the first one is 2, the second one is 7, the third one is 11, and the fourth one is 15. And the target is 9. So here we are asked to add two elements together in this list, and the target should be 9. So it's only when we add 2 and 7 together, that's when we get 9. And now they return the indices, because the index of 2 is 0 and the index of 7 is 1. So that's why we get 0 and 1 here. Look at it now. Example 2, norms 3, 2, 4. We have an array of integers here, and the target is 6. So it's only when we add 2 and 4 together, that's when we get 6. So the index of 2 here is 1, and the index of 4 is 2. Example 3, 2. Now we have 3, 3. The index of 3 here is 0, and the index of 3 here is 1. It's only when we add this one and this one together, that's when we get 6. Then we return the index. Do you get it now? So let's go to the question and solve it. I'm using Java to solve this question. You can use any language. You can use Python. You can use C#, but I'm satisfied with Java. Now let's go. Yeah. The first thing for us to do when you're solving this kind of problem is we create an hash table. That's it. The first thing we need to do is to create hash map. You get it now? And inside my hash map, I will store two values. One is key, and the other one will be integer. One is key and the other one is value. And this time around, both key and value are integer because I'm returning integer as a result. Now the name of my hash map, I'm naming it map. New hash map. So this is how we create hash map in Java. Now okay, I created an hash map and I pass it integer. The first is the key and this is the value. The key here is an integer and the value here is also an integer. Do you get it now? Yeah, because I'm returning two integers. The first one in the index, the first one in the index, and the other one is the index. That's why I'm having two integers here. Do you get it now? Then before I proceed, I have to do another thing, and the thing is that I have to create another integer to store the length of my array. So I will name it int. I will name the integer length. Then it's going to be not dot length. That is the length of my array. So I'm storing the length of my array now in length. So the length of this array, let's say this is the array, and the length, how many elements are there? We have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is, I'm storing the length, that is the total number of the elements in the array. I'm storing them here. So instead of calling this nums.length, I'll just be calling this length. Do you get it now? Then another thing for me to do is to loop through the given array, to iterate from the first element to the second to the last element. And how do we iterate? We iterate like this in Java. We use for loop. For int I is equal to 0, I less than 10, then I plus plus. So what this one means is that I'm starting from index 0, and it's only this when this condition is true, that's when the code inside this block will be executed. Now I'm starting from index 0. Let's say I'm starting from index 0. This is index 0 up to the second to the last element. That is up to this point. If this one is 0, definitely this one will be 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. You get it now? And I'm iterating by 1. I'm incrementing by 1. That is, if I start from here, then another one should be here. Then from here to this point, to this point, to this point. So that's what this one means. That's how we loop in Java. Then another thing for me to do is to create another integer to store the value that I'm looking for. Now int, I will name it rep. Is what? Target. And as what? Nums r. Nums r. Okay. So this line of code means that the value that I'm looking for is the one that the target. I'm subtracting the current value from the target. The value that I will get if I subtract the current value from the target. Let's say this is the current value 2. And if I subtract it from the target and this is the target, I will get 7 like that. Do we get it now? Also, let's say this is the current value 7. Then if I subtract it from the target, I'm going to have 2. Since I'm adding 2 and 7 together to get the target, so I have to subtract the value from the target to get that number. Do we get it now? Then another thing for me to do is to create another integer, but this time around it's going to be an array. Yeah, array. Then int, just let me name the result. Then result new int, then 2. Yeah, what this type of code means is that I'm creating another array that will hold 2 values. That is the array. I'm creating an array of size 2. That is the number of elements this array can contain is 2. And check here, since I'm returning 2 elements, so and they are in form of array. You can see the bracket, the square bracket. So that's why I'm creating another array to return the answer. Do you get it now? So this array will only hold 2 elements. Do you get it? Now, after I've already created this, then the next thing for me to do is to check if this hash map, if it contains the value that I'm looking for. If it contains that value, I'll just store it in the result. Then if it doesn't contain the value, then I'll add it. Do you get it now? Then if my map dot contains key, then the key is what? Rep. Then if it contains the key, that is the value that I'm looking for, then what should happen? I will just add it to the result. Then result 1 should be what? Should be R. Okay. Now the reason why I'm doing this is that since I'm storing the value in the array and the index, the first index that this is the index of the value. So if my key, if my map, if it contains the value that I'm looking for, I'm storing the index, the index of the value in what? In result. That is the first element in the result, the first space, I'm storing it there. And also result is going to store what? My map dot get rep. Do you get it now? So if it contains it, I have to get it. So this is how we get value. We hold value in my map. That is, if my map contains the value already, then the index of that value, I'm putting it in the first position of the array that I created here. Then that particular value, the original value, I'm putting it in 0 index of the result. Do you get it now? And if it doesn't contain it, then I have to put it there. Now my map dot put the knobs I and the value. Lest I forget, I have to return the result here. Return result. Do we get it now? So there we go. Now what this line of code means is that if my map, if the hash map, if it does contain the value that I'm looking for, then I have to add it. So it means that here I'm adding the value the current value, let's say the 2, I'm adding the 2, then the index of it, this is the index, this represents the index, I'm also adding the index too. Do you get it now? So that's how it works. Then if it happens that there's nothing, it doesn't contain the value at all, then, and if it happens that there's no value, there's no element that I can have together to give me target, then I will just throw a legal argument exception that, see guys, I don't have any element, the array doesn't have element that you can have together to give you the particular target. And how do I do that? This is how I do that. I will just no. Then I have to throw new illegal argument. Now throw new illegal argument exception. Now then what should I throw? No such elements. Do you get it now? No. That is, if there is no element at all that I can have together to get a particular target, then the compiler should throw this, that see there's no element you can have together to get this particular target. You get it now? So this is how we solve this two sum. So in case you see this type of question in your interview, so kindly apply this solution and you will pass the challenge. Let me run it and see whether we get it or not. So let me click. Oh, there is an error here. Okay. Oh, I have to correct this error. Okay. Good and fine. It's accepted. So that shows that we pause it. As you can see, accepted. Now runtime is 0 minutes. Now let me submit the code. Okay, as you can see, the runtime is 2 minutes and it beats 91.8% of those who have submitted already. That is, the solution is one of the best solution ever, and the memory is 42.7 MB. Now, before lest I forget, the worst case scenario, that is the time complexity for this algorithm is ON, and because we are iterating, we are using for loop, and this one is linear. So anything that is linear is normally ON. It runs ON, and the space complexity is also ON. So that's the solution. Kindly like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you very much. I will upload more video for you guys to see. Thank you.